on a disk floating through space with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that stuffs stupidity's pockets full of rocks and tells it to go for a swim. We're not having a debate tonight because, frankly, I'm a little bit burned out with those morons right now. We will be back with debate on Monday with GeoStriber against JM Truth, which is going to be fantastic. That's at 10:30 p.m. UK time. JM says that he's got lots of evidence for GeoStriber to go over, and I know GeoStriber is going to rip him apart because he just got his master's degree. Woo! So tonight we're just going to go over some flat earth stupidity that's been going on. Oh boy, is there a lot of flat earth stupidity. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Twink Man himself, Team SKeptic. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good tonight. Feel great. Ready for some stupid.
Always good.
As always.
Yes. We also have with us the voice, Sean Hufford. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Lovely to see you on camera.
Wish I could say I'm getting good grades, but I'm not in school anymore.
And we have a brainy polar bear who's looking at his penis right now. And he's muted himself.
And he muted himself.
God damn it, every time. I was looking at my phone, not my penis, but I see why we were thinking
that's what it was.
previous conversations. But yeah, no, I'm here. I got the invite ahead of time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I
No
love
worries.
you guys.
Always
And, you know, I'm ready to laugh at some shit. I saw that the name of the thing earlier, and I saw threatened by Mark Sargent. I was like, and I sent you a message. I'm like, so you got threatened? He's like, look at the first pinned post.
Yeah, we'd certainly get to that.
No, I'll be honest. Outside of flat Earth videos, I've never seen Mark Sargent leave a comment like he left on yours. Every comment I've ever seen on any video says,
"Thank you for bringing the awareness of flat Earth to the crowd."
Yeah.
No, the ones he's left on my channel were like, the globe is dead, long live flat Earth.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like on
usually what
every
it is.
video I've ever seen him. And then I saw yours, and I was like, wow, Mark Sargent cares about Fight the Flat Earth.
Before we get going with that, I do just want to say to everyone in the chat, if you were a moderator and you aren't now, it's not a personal thing. I've removed 99% of the moderators on my channel, and I'm asking people to reapply for the moderator status via my Discord. Frankly, I had too many mods, and it became hard for me to control what was going on. So don't take it personally. There is going to be a process where we choose some mods. If one of the mods that are there could post the link to Discord in the chat, that would be great. But yeah, don't take it personally. I haven't taken it away because I don't like you anymore. I love you all. But yeah, I do need to control the moderation a little bit more. So, you know, there is that. Also, shameless plug, you can get your Fight the Flat Earth mug at my merch store. For I think it's $12.99 US dollars, €12.99 euros, or £12.99. You've helped fight stupidity with a cup of coffee. Oh, that's hot. Fuck's sake. But yeah, we've certainly got some stupid to go over tonight, and we might as well start with Mark Sargent and what he's been saying to me. So if my most recent scripted video was called Flat Earth Bingo and was about Paul on the plane. And one of the first comments that was left on it was by Mark Sargent. And let me add the screen. I should have been prepared. Display 2. There it is. So, as you can see, Mark Sargent says, messing with my friend Paul on the plane is a bad idea. Just saying. Ah, screw it. Keep doing what you're doing. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, wait. Now, to me, that is pretty much a threat, right? There's no other way of looking at that other than it being a threat of some kind. But my question to you guys is, what the fuck could Mark Sargent do?
Get you subscribers.
Yeah. But you're right, team. I've never seen him leave any other comment apart from something like, thanks for bringing attention to the flat earth. So, you know, he actually put what little thought he has the ability of doing into making that comment. And I just thought that was pretty funny, so I pinned it, and he actually did respond to a bunch of the things that were said to him. One in particular, one person said something about Patricia Steer, which I thought was quite funny. Let me see if I can find that, if it loads.
That's taking forever.
I'll be in there somewhere. I started goating him once I found out this was happening.
Oh yeah, he's going on about I've been accepting tickets for anything and everything for years now. Not a peep from any of you. Well, of course you'll accept tickets because you're getting free fucking holidays out of this shit, Mark. But someone says to him something about Patricia Steer, Speed Knob. So let's see where Speed Knob's comment was.
It's a lot of comments. It's a popular subject.
Yeah. Oh, where's it gone? I saw it earlier. It was something about have you got your personal Patricia Steer dildo or something, and the response that Mark gave was it's limited edition one, so yes. But yeah, if you guys want to have some fun with Mark Sargent, he is actively replying to this thread in the pinned one on my latest video. So yeah, go in there and have some fun with Mark. And I've actually sent Mark a invite to this stream, so if he's got any balls, then he'd join, because I emailed Mark Sargent after he left that comment. And I'll show you the email.
There's no way he's not watching us right now then,
I know.
right?
I said, "Hi Mark, saw your funny comment on my newest video. How about you and I have a little chat about some things live? I formally challenge you to a debate on the shape of the Earth." And his response was, "Even in a private email, you won't use your real name, and people wonder why I hate cowards so much, and why science is going to lose this war. This world is going to change with or without you, Mark Kendall Sargent." I mean, everyone knows my name.
This is the funny bit.
Colonel Craig,
This is
right?
the funny bit. This is the funny bit, Colonel Craig. My first interaction with Mark Sargent was on my channel. He decided to leave a comment on one of my videos, one of my parodies, entitled Flat Earth Countdown. You know, it was based on the final countdown, but it was making fun of flat earthers. And in that comment, he thanked me for such a great video and that he was adding it to his Flat Earth music playlist. So I immediately did a response video to him, congratulating him on his complete failure to even watch the video far enough to see the very first line that takes a shit on flat Earth. So he didn't even do his research then. So this is kind of evidenced by the fact that he doesn't know that Craig has used his name all the time.
Yeah. I mean, when I started my videos, I used to start them with, "Hi, I'm Craig, welcome to Fight the Flat Earth," rather than "I'm Fight the Flat Earth." And, you only had to do a basic search on me to find that I was married to Xbox. I always said that I was Craig McNeil. I worked for Esports Scotland, and I was known as Craig McNeil when I was casting for that. So it's not like I've ever hidden who I am, you know? I am Craig McNeil, and I'm not hiding my name. I just say I'm FTFE, and my personal email happens to be fighttheflatearth@gmail.com. But that's just an excuse that he gave to not join. You guys can feel free to go and leave a message telling him to check his email and come over. But yeah, I doubt he would. What would you say to him if he joined, team?
What wouldn't I say? There's not enough dingers in the world to satisfy me when discussing you and your beliefs.
Brainy, that's your key.
But no, I'd actually ask him.
Sorry, I just got to respond to a comment in the chat from Paul Green, who I'm guessing is a Mark Sargent fanboy. At FTFE, you are a CIA and NASA. Oh, it jumped. You are a CIA and NASA fanboy. Nothing more. I hope you get in a car wreck. That's lovely.
Sorry, Sean. What did you say?
I said that was your cue to look down.
Oh.
When Skeptic said he was looking for more dingers.
Oh, yes.
There you
go. Paul Green says, "Nothing but a talking head, FTFE. I have a body as well. This body happens to be wearing another piece of my new merch, the FTFE Word Cloud hoodie, which you can get on the merch store just below this video. Shameless plug, obviously.
I'm calling
the same word. The same Word Cloud hoodie. that same word cloud hoodie that didn't have Brainy Beaver anywhere on it. I was so shattered.
I'm sorry. I'm going to make more. I'll make a Canada-specific one that just says Brainy Beaver over and over.
Hold on, that might be copyright now. We gotta talk terms. I'm just anyways, go ahead.
Oh man, so
I looked at it, I'm like, I don't see myself anywhere. I see McToon, I'm just like, I was joking.
Hey, FTFE, check your Discord real quick.
Check my Discord.
Yeah.
So serious, skeptic.
Yes.
All right.
No,
okay.
It's important, but it's not serious.
All right.
We'll talk about it later.
Serious.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
But we don't like you, Sean, all of a sudden, so we're gonna have to boot you.
I took over Orphan's bedroom, is what this was. Somebody mentioned my background in the comments.
So hey, while we handle that, let me talk about a few things that I find funny. I found another video of it was funny because I was going through, I have an automatic downloader for Daniel Pratt so I can see what videos he says about me or whatever, you know, because it all started back when we were going through our DMCA thing or whatever. So I saw a video talking about Unirock, and I was like, okay, let me see what he said about Unirock. And I go to watch the video, and it's a video of Unirock reacting to Orphan Red's video. And in the video, Orphan Red's like, he's a little 13-year-old boy, just calls me a fucking idiot all the time, and this and that. And the whole time Unirock's like, well, that's a fucking smart-ass 13-year-old boy then, you know? He had no idea that she was talking about me at first. Then she said something about, and he calls him a fucking idiot, so, and then he has this little idiot meter in the top, and he's like, ding, ding. And he's like, oh, wait, you're fucking talking about Team SKeptic. And then fucking Daniel Pratt, of course, goes off on his little rant. But I just thought it was funny that Orphan Red, I finally saw the video in the clip of where she was calling me a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Like,
Well,
I love that
Craig,
shit. That shit's
Craig, did you kick me the fuck out?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Coming from a
butthurt about
Cinderella
being proven
princess.
wrong.
Well, coming from a Disney princess too, right?
The funny thing is, team, that before you showed your face, people obviously didn't know what you looked like or what age you were and stuff. And when you first showed your face and you were on my stream, so many of the comments were, I thought Team was like a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah. No, it's I'm youthful. I have a good time. I don't know. I just love life and I have a good time living it, and I guess that makes me.
I'll just say, as his adopted
people,
dad,
but
we're still waiting for puberty to hit him.
I'm an old fucker, just like half of you motherfuckers out there.
It makes me feel good
Love
to
you,
know
old
that
fuckers.
I'm only 12 years younger than Flat Earth Jesus. You know, makes me feel like I've
Right.
actually done not too bad with myself. Because, yeah, guys, if you didn't know, Flat Earth Jesus is only 48.
All of us compared to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but-
told
but
me
Craig,
that, and I didn't even
Doesn't look a
believe
day
you.
over.
But Craig, I'm 48.
Over 80.
Well, if you're 48, Sean, that's maybe what 48 should look like, whereas Flat Earth Jesus looks about 309.
Granted.
Just been baking in
Looks
that
about
Australian sun for
2000
too long.
It's all
He
the
looks like
alcohol.
about
I mean, let's
2019 years old.
Oh, funny that. Yeah, so there's a guy in the chat called Paul Green who's challenging me to a debate. Yeah, email me. We'll set one up because I always enjoy destroying flat earthers. But, you know, if you're going to debate me, there is prerequisites from now on. You will have to bring something for us to discuss. You can't just turn up and go, it looks flat to me, therefore the Earth's flat. Because I'm fucking sick of that shit. I gave Hip Hop Hippie the final chance to come on and give some evidence. And
3 times.
yeah, and he told me that he was prepared. I told him the structure was 10 minutes to give evidence. How long did he speak for, team?
1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, and he just basically said, it's flat because it looks flat. And then I showed him all the evidence and he just went, nah, and he didn't bring anything. So, Paul Green, if you're going to debate me, bring something to debate. You know, bring some evidence, bring an observation, bring an experiment, and we can discuss it. Otherwise, there's no point because I've done it a million times before. But if Mark Sargent wants to come in, I'll gladly ruin him.
I refer you to the Eagle fans comment. Paul Green is just looking for 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to show us first that you know what you're talking about. Do that through email. Then if you're good enough, if it seems like you actually know what you're talking about, you have something to present, let us know. We'll bring you on. And then Cameron Walker says, Team SKeptic, you also do a channel about car racing called Black Flags Matter. Very similar voice. No, I do not. And then, of course, Chronic Zombie says, I thought you were younger, Team. Yeah, and I'll tell you what's funny is from the opposition side, that's why they think I don't know what I'm talking about, because I sound like I'm young. And I talk about subject matter that some people spend years and years and years studying, so they're like, oh, there's no way you know this, you're just parroting what you're saying, when actually I've been studying it for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I saw a super chat there. Let me just read that out. $5 from Paul Reap. Thank you very much. Mark Sargent couldn't threaten a gnat. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Mark Sargent, because he puts himself out as, you know, the leader of this flat earth movement, but I think anyone with half a brain knows that he isn't a flat earther. And Sean, do you want to explain why this is fact?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to chat because we had a fake Reds Rhetoric channel come in.
Yeah, I did see the fake Reds there. Yeah, and just saying about, we know that Mark Sargent isn't a flat earther, but you've got a bit more info about how we definitely know that he isn't really a flat earther. Do you want to explain that?
Back in 2012, there's a data mining corporation called Metatron. Decided to create an application for smart devices for Mark Sargent, declaring him as a flat earther.
I'm not hearing audio.
The problem is Mark Sargent's own admission says that he didn't become a flat earther until 2015.
What was that, Team? Sorry?
I'm not hearing anything from anybody. Are people talking?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you, yeah.
Would you break? Did you mute yourself?
Sean, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear Sean.
Can't hear Sean.
They can't hear me now.
We can't hear Sean either. I can't.
I can.
Is just falling apart all of a sudden? I can't hear Sean.
I can hear everybody.
I can't hear Sean.
I can't hear Sean at all. I can hear Fight, but not Sean, and I can hear Team.
Twink, Brainy.
Yeah, I can hear Brainy and Fight.
What did you do,
I can't hear
Craig?
Sean. And Fight the Flat Earth can hear Sean.
My bad. When I created your new link for you,
Sean.
when I created your new link for you, I did not unmute you, so I apologize.
You are a complete clusterfuck. You know that?
Yeah, my bad.
You did what I do best.
Yeah.
You did what I do best. So don't worry, Sean. You just fell victim to a Team SKeptic scam.
Sorry about that. Right, let's start again. Yeah, Sean, do you want to tell us why Mark Sargent isn't actually a flat earther?
Okay. Back in the day, once upon a time, if you will, there was a company called Metatron. This was a data mining corporation for smart devices. They literally were just gathering as much information they could about every user that was tied to their apps. In 2012, they decided to promote an application for Mark Sargent being a flat earther. If you pay attention to Mark Sargent's videos and interviews, you'll find out that he didn't decide the earth was flat until 2015. So why is a corporation pushing a flat earth agenda towards somebody who's not a flat earther 3 years before they come out as a flat earther? With Patricia Steer, they set up an application for Patricia Steer 6 months after that. Nearly a year after Mark came out as a flat earther on YouTube, she makes her channel. Her first guest and co-host is Mark Sargent. Again, years before they became flat earthers.
Yep.
So, yes, there's a lot of shady shit with Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer about their history with flat earth. People like Rock Lover will say that it's all CIA stuff. I don't think so. I think it's just a company said, let's find the most gullible people on earth, because that's who advertisers want to get, is the gullible people. People who will go for bad products because they don't have the smarts to actually look into the products. So they were gathering all this data on the gullible people. Who are the most gullible people on the planet? Flat earthers. So, yeah, Mark Sargent and Patricia, in my eyes, were planted into the flat earth movement with an agenda of making sales of stupid products.
Yeah, and I mean, that doesn't take away the fact that I would still very much like to have a conversation with Mark Sargent and destroy the things that he says, because whether he is or isn't a flat earther, he's probably still responsible for hundreds, maybe thousands of people becoming a flat earther. You know,
Yes.
you know, he's well known, and you know, a lot of flat earthers are flat earthers because of Mark Sargent. So I'd still like to debate him and destroy the points that he has. And I would probably also bring up the Metatron stuff and see how he responds, but he'd run away pretty fast, I reckon.
Yeah, my hypothesis, it might mean nothing to everybody else, but the simple facts are, he was pushed as a flat earther 3 years before he said he decided to become a flat earther.
Yeah, absolutely.
By a company.
Yeah, but there was a good video recently that someone was talking about body language, and they watched Mark Sargent in a debate, and you know, they basically said, look, his body language says he's lying about everything that he's saying. Couple of super chats. €10 from Darth Killer. Nathan Oakley, not a flat earther either, admitted openly to be it in any way just for scam money when talking to Clear Cognition before the latter left flat earth. Yeah, Clear Cognition actually was the first ex-flat earther that I ever interviewed, and said that exact same thing to me. It's actually the biggest video on my channel, 112,000 views, I think, with my interview with Clear Cognition. And he said outright, yeah, now, Nathan Oakley told...
Hold on, what did he say about... Yeah, go ahead.
He told me that Nathan Oakley told him that he's just in it for the money and he doesn't believe in flat Earth. You know, and Clear Cognition was someone who was on his channel regularly before he stopped being a flat earther. And there's also the time when I think he was debating the Rumpus, and the Rumpus was bringing up certain observations about a lighthouse. And in the side chat, Nathan Oakley was saying to Ranty, "Oh, don't let them talk about that. It's a trap," and things like that. So Nathan Oakley knows the Earth is a globe.
Was it Ranty or was it Riley or Ranty that he was talking with? I thought
one of the two. I know they're kind of interchangeable to me. But Riley,
Sean would know.
Yeah, Riley. Oh my God, Riley has been doubling down on the stupid lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got something to say, Sean?
Go ahead, because I'll go on forever.
First off, if you guys don't know about the channel Dead Kennedy in Space, he's been doing a bit by bit breakdown of Riley's thesis, and it's so bad, the thesis, that every page is just literally littered with spelling mistakes, grammatical errors. You know, there wasn't a table of contents, there wasn't a title page. The argumentation was bad. He went off on tangents. It was like it was written by my 10-year-old son. I reckon my 10-year-old son could have done better. But the thesis, in my eyes, is enough to give him a good shot at Dumb Fuck of the Year. But also, he was going over my debate with Howard that I had, and he had some things to say about independent variables and time. So should we have a listen at
let's have a listen. Yes.
Yeah. Let me make sure
I've listen to that. I definitely want to hear that.
I'll make sure, where is it? Everyone should be able to hear that. Why aren't you playing? Oh, it's because I've not got the sound on. Where is the sound? Sorry, one sec, while I find the actual audio for this.
Why do you people name call from Paul Green?
Because flat earthers are fucking idiots.
Yeah, because they're fucking idiots. Number one. Number two, have you ever met a polite flat earther that walks around and says,
dependent
"Yes, sir,
or an independent
that's a
variable"?
guy.
Well,
let's talk about science. No, they're
give an
fucking
answer-
idiots. They're vitriolic people. I have no love for them. They're so narcissistically wound around themselves that they can't even see what they do to other people. You know, like wasting my time or wasting Fight the Flat Earth's time. Intentionally wasting our time. So name calling, hey, fuck you and fuck them. How about that?
But the thing is, if a flat earther comes on, right, let's use JM Truth as a quick example, right? Because if a flat earther like JM Truth comes on, at least he will come on with what he considers to be good physics arguments. They're not. They're all fucking wrong, completely. But the debate I had with JM Truth was one of my favorite debates I'd ever had, because there was talking points. He came with things to talk about. And in that debate, I wasn't rude to him. I didn't shout and scream at him. I didn't name call. Not that much anyway. But, you know, if a flat earther comes and is respectful and actually comes for a proper discussion, then they're not going to get a bunch of insults. They're going to be treated with a little bit of respect. They're wrong about everything they say, and I can prove that 100%. But still, you know, that's just flat earthers. If they don't come with anything, they're going to get fucking ripped apart.
Sure. Again, got to manipulate your presumed cause.
Oh yeah, first off, during this stream, I think Riley had the same issue that I sometimes have with my mic where it goes low. So his voice sounds like he's Mr. T.
So time can't be an independent variable.
Time can't be an independent variable. That's the first thing he says, right? Everyone in the chat, I'd like you to do something. Go to Google, right, and just type in, is time an independent variable? And tell me what the first result says. Just the first result. Because I can guarantee you the first result will say time is always an independent variable. I'm
actually looking for a video I found earlier today where somebody actually covers this video. And it was by Everett Anderson. And because Anthony throughout this video actually provides a bunch of links to his sources, Everett goes through to his sources. And you might be surprised at what is found.
Yeah, he probably brings up sources that actually do not help him.
Oh, well, he quotes this thing about how, you know, it must be manipulated by the experimenter. But if you actually open up the full page, usually a paragraph or two below where it talks about that, it talks about time being an independent variable. 100% of his sources say time is an independent variable.
Yeah.
100%.
Quickly, Brad H, $2, destroying flat earth one Flerf at a time. Yeah, I wish I could do it quicker. And there was another one. 10 euros from Okata. Keep up the good work with destroying those Flerfers. I do, and I will forever. But yeah, you're right, Sean. Everything that he cites, when you can actually look into it, never actually backs him up.
It can't be. It's
I'm going to shout out the chat real quick and give the link to his video.
Device.
Yep. There is the video where Everett actually goes over his sources.
.com. Independent variable is the variable that the scientist changes during the experiment. It's the independent variable.
Go ahead and pause it, Craig. Now, the thing to point out here is you'll see what Anthony does for all of his sources. He takes screenshots and crops them.
Just like his Einstein picture.
On Everett's video, you will see why.
Experiments, they cause and effect exercise. So the perfect cup of tea is not a cause and effect exercise.
Right. So he's attacking my argument. Right. The example I give to kind of say that time is an independent variable is I want to do an experiment to figure out what I like best, how much a cup of tea should be brewed. So I have 5 cups of tea. The only thing I change is how long. That'll be a notification for this stream for you, team. The only thing I change in the experiment is how long I leave the tea bag in the experiment. Therefore, I have manipulated the amount of time. But Riley's argument as to why that is false is astounding, and we'll get to that.
It is what you think or you perceive to be the perfect cup. The systematic study of the structure and behaviour all basically say that you've got to manipulate it. So it's knows about science, knows about science. Experiments, they cause and effect exercise. So the perfect cup of tea is not a cause perceived.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the definition of an independent variable changes throughout the experiment.
What does that prove? What does that debunk on me, though? I don't get it.
Well, there was actually a baseline to find out how much you actually know about science, because there's.
So Sean's about to tell him that he's trying to find out how much he knows about science. Sean knows nothing about science. Neither does Fight the Flat Earth, and I don't know who the other guy is, but none of these guys.
Oh, he doesn't know who you are, team. That's not very nice.
Fuck out of here. He knows exactly who the fuck I am. Not even joking. I'm not even fucking trying to. He knows exactly who the fuck I am, alright?
Well, it gets worse, Skeptic, because if you watch him watching your video, up in the top left, it keeps flipping back and forth between Team and Skeptic. Yeah, I think you get the clue.
Exactly.
I know anything about science.
But from his papers, you obviously know that he doesn't know how to spell. So
yeah.
He probably can't read.
True.
I don't know what that means.
An experimentation of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment, right? That's basically the definition. I might have skewed that a little bit. But these guys do not know what science is. Let's get it up.
Here he goes with his
the intellectual and practical activity
yeah.
encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behaviour of the physical and the natural world through observation, and this is the key bit that kills everything.
Pause.
And experiment.
Look at the quote right underneath his thing that he loves to avoid: the world of science and technology. Why does he leave that out? Oh, because he likes to stress on the word "and."
Mm-hmm.
Between physical and natural world. He thinks that, it puts them all in the same category. It's talking about the physical world and the natural world. They just didn't want to put world in there twice.
These guys do not know what is experiment. This moron's just demonstrated that he thinks that a perfect cup of tea is an experiment. Now let's just hear what this moron down here says. Sean says, let's see what he says.
There's a few people in the flat earth community who think that time is not an independent variable because you can't directly modify it. Here's the thing about independent variables. It's something that changes throughout the experiment, whether it's by your hand or not.
It's something that changes in an experiment, whether it's by your hand or not. Well, I've just given 10 citations that all basically say that you've got to manipulate it. So it's something that changes in an experiment, but it's not by your hand or not. It's by your hand. He's just added that bit himself. There's no credible science source that says that you can allow the passage of time to change something. I know there are citations out there that do say that, but look at where
yeah, including your own.
Yeah, there's no credible citations that say that, but I know there is citations out there that say that. Oh my God,
coming from the blog sites, the sites from people like Dazza the cameraman on his gay little websites that are not credible. The one's just wrongly stated.
Let's get to the... Right, I want you guys to hear...
He's arguing, so it is changing. We're not deliberately manipulating it, are we?
You're the first flat earther you're the first globe denier. I'll use that word. You're the first globe denier that has actually acknowledged that.
Actually acknowledged what? I didn't hear him acknowledge anything.
Because you skipped it, you dumbass.
Right.
It's time.
This is a good one. Well done, team.
An independence or a dependent variable.
Right, here we go. This is where he says what he thinks time is.
Because you said gravity is never manipulated, it can't be...
Please show the camera so he can see my reaction to his answer.
Yeah, gravity's not an independent variable either. You can't manipulate it.
Pretty simple question if you are well versed in the scientific method like you appear to be.
It's something I've never really thought. It's more for philosophy, isn't it? Time?
No.
I mean, you can't manipulate time.
Wrong.
Boom! You can't manipulate time. He's right. Howard's right. I don't know who's just said wrong, but I suspect it was...
Fight the dumb earth. Fight the dumb earth.
That's so wrong.
Let's see who said,
he's not wrong.
Well, you can... I didn't get to see this debate, and now I'm seeing how stupid
it's something I've never really thought. It's more for philosophy, isn't it? Time?
No.
I mean, you can't manipulate time.
That was me laughing.
Right, fight the flat earth moron. You can't manipulate time. You can manipulate the passage of time, the duration of time, but you can't manipulate time itself, can you?
Oh my God!
There you go.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Two things there.
Man?
Right.
Oh my God.
First off, before we get to the extreme stupid thing, the reason Riley gives for not talking to me anymore is because I was too mean for him. But in that clip that I've just played, he called me a moron no less than 4 times, right? But then he says, you can't manipulate time, but you can manipulate the passage of time. What is the fucking difference?
That, Riley, is exactly why time is always an independent variable, because you can control how much you allow to pass.
Yeah. And just to prove that I'm not making this up, right? Where's the desktop capture? Okay. So I'm going to open up a new Google. Is time, and you can see I've searched it already, is time an independent variable in science? And the first result, if time is one of your variables, it is the independent variable. Time is always the independent variable. The other variable is the dependent variable. And there's a reason why it is because it's to do with the x and y axes on graphs and the way they need to connect. There's actually a lot of math behind why time would be the independent variable. But he always says, oh, it's not credible citations unless it's .edu. Well, this comes from a .edu, which is this page here. And it says, if time is one of your variables, it is always the independent variable. And then from another .edu page, given answers about what is an independent variable. Variables are things we measure. When conducting an experimental study, we're usually interested in relationships among these variables. Where was the thing that I saw? For example, we're interested in how your height changes with time. In this study, there are two variables, height and time. You get taller as time passes. However, time does not pass because you get taller. Time will pass even if you stop growing. In this study, time is the independent variable and height is the dependent variable. It's all, if there is an experiment and time is one of the variables, it is always an independent variable. And I challenge Anthony Riley, sleeping clucking dumbass, to find me one citation that says time is not the independent variable. Just one. Because I've looked and I can't find it.
Anthony's trying to flag the time variable as a controlled variable. A variable you cannot control, or that you lock down so it never changes. Time is always moving. It's always changing. Mm-hmm. So it cannot be a controlled variable because you can't stop time.
Yeah, exactly.
So his argument is asked backwards.
Yeah, he's so fucking stupid. Sleeping Warrior is so stupid that his own citations don't ever back him up. And he's such a coward that he won't speak to me because I was apparently too mean to him. Yes, Riley, I'm talking about you dumbass. But at the same time,
you can address the chat. He's lurking there right now.
Yeah, hi, Riley, in the chat.
He does watch everything you do. That's why he can upload his little breakdowns of your videos within 24 hours.
That was up within 18 hours of the debate finishing. So yeah.
So it took however long it took for it to process, for him to download and then to go through it and make commentary.
Exactly, and everything he ever says is wrong. None of his own citations back him up, and I would love to talk to him again, just so I can ask him to give me one citation where time is not the independent variable. The thing about Riley is that he will cherry pick so much and then use the tiny bit of cherry picking evidence that he thinks backs him up as the be all and end all of the argument. And that is a fallacy, Sean. What's the name of that fallacy where you use one specific proof to dismiss everything else?
That would be cherry picking.
But it's an actual got a logical fallacy name, isn't it? Sharpshooter fallacy or something.
Oh, sharpshooter, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand anything. So for 2019, my official nomination for Dumb Fuck of the Year is Anthony Riley. I know there's been some spectacular dumbassery from other people, but excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Yeah, there's been some spectacular dumbassery from other people, but Anthony Riley, I still say that he is the dumbest person on the planet.
Yeah, I have to disagree. JM Truth is still my my nomination. I actually have a team of people that are helping me. We're going to do it together. Negative Exponents, Writer of Dinosaurs. Oh, look at that. I just closed my camera down. Nice. Negative Exponents, Writer of Dinosaurs. We will be doing something together to put together a true nomination video that's worthy.
So have I got to do a nomination video for Riley then?
Now just to correct
everybody, don't do that. Don't worry.
This isn't a chance to win Dumb Fuck of the Year. This is a chance to win second place.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be hard to beat. I was
about to say. That's why I think that Red should just say that Kyle can't be nominated because Kyle is now the new name of the trophy or something like that. Make him a forever the dumb fuck that all dumb fuck of the years strive to be. Kyle Curtis.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to read off a few super chats.
Because it's not a battle for first place this year.
No,
it's a battle for second for sure.
666.
As much as that pains me to say, yeah.
Right. 666 euros for Mr. Present 99. I would pay to see a discussion between you guys and Mark Sargent. Well, I've got the call open for him still. he can join. He's got the email, and I know he's been reading my emails because he responded to them. $2 from Australian dollars from Bombay. Mark trying to put on his big boy pants. Well, he needs his mum to help him, really. $5 from Nepernicus. Flat Earthers, we're sciencing your children. Some kid is in bed reading a science book. Your kids globed. Your kids globed twice. Yeah. $2 from God Ratty. Can you read my chat? No, sorry. You need to do more super chats for me to read it properly. $2 from Brad H. Destroying Flat Earth one Flerf at a time. €10 from Okata. Keep up the good work destroying those Flerfs. $5 from Free Jemmy. Riley's scientific method comes from a creationist pamphlet from Ken Ham. Yeah, I've heard that said before, actually. $2 from Josiah Hansen. Been here 30 seconds and already heard some derp. That happens when we're talking about flat earthers. $1.99 from Cheshire Cat. Ask him to triangle. He needs to find a triangle calculator that works first. And €20 from Darth Killer. Poll request. Is Riley trying to get gullible cash, or is he suffering from belief bias and cognitive dissonance and their consequences, or both? I'm not even including stupidity because it only justifies so much. Yeah, I see your point. Riley has been proven wrong so many times, yet he will still double down on the stupid. Like, for fuck's sake, saying that you cannot manipulate time, but you can manipulate the passage of time. So does that mean he's admitting that the passage of time can be an independent variable?
I mean, is he trying to say you can't manipulate the definition of time? Because, okay, maybe. But scientifically speaking, the definition of time means nothing. That means nothing to an experiment. It's the passage of time that actually means something. It's a change in states from the experiment. The experiment starts out in one state. If time never passes, the experiment never changes. Like, let's say we're trying to measure the speed of light. Go ahead.
Craig, I'm going to suggest you look up the Paul Green channel, because you might want to rethink bringing him on, because he's got 2 videos on his channel that were stolen from the How It's Made channel.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's all he's got.
Well, like I said, he's welcome to email me and tell me some of the evidence that he's got, and we will, if it's evidence that we can have a discussion about, absolutely. But I'm not bringing on flat earthers just to go, the Earth's flat because anymore. You know, you have to come with some shit.
I'm just trying to warn you, Craig, that if you're going to bring somebody on there, make sure that the only thing they have on YouTube isn't stolen material. In other words, somebody who's not afraid of breaking copyright law.
Okay.
Just giving you the warning now.
Yeah. That's true, because a few times flat earthers have told me to play a video during my streams and then I can't monetize that stream. So yeah, and that's always annoying. Oh, but let's take a little break from the stupid and talk about what we've got coming up. Beaver, you got something behind you there?
This is just, something I've been just tossing around, who is the Beaver, who knows, right? It's just, 3K coming. I don't have any specific announcements yet. Let's put it that way.
Well, we've already had a butt crack reveal.
The butt crack reveal was the special announcement. Sorry, I thought that didn't happen.
When Brainy Beaver, what did you do that for again? Was that for your 2K?
25. Right, 2,500. It was getting cold. I had to make I didn't know that it would have been awfully cold to do it now. I was going to do 3K, but it just wasn't happening. So I had to revert to 2,500K just for it being summer-ish. So yeah.
So he poured a bunch of maple syrup over himself.
Summer in Canada.
Sugar syrup and then some maple syrup.
Sugar syrup.
Yeah, exactly. Summer in Canada, typically you grab your stuff, you run for the water, and then by the time you hit the first few feet into the water, you just start turning around and coming back out. It's getting cold again. Got to get ready for school.
What are you laughing at, team?
Oh my god! Just okay. Well, it started out by asking what would be. Somebody asked. Let me go so I can properly credit him. Diego Rosado Ferrioli asked, name the actual statue. The Kyle Curtis, like the Oscar, like what would it be called? And I suggested the butt plug, but Robert Leger says no, the meat tube, which is that works too. Yeah. So maybe we need to have a talk with Reds and just Yeah, it's fitting.
I'm up for calling it the Kyle
and
Curtis.
the top of it could maybe be a. Yeah, I couldn't call it the Kyle Curtis either.
And
like the
we
garden gnome or something.
We see Les Moore in the chat, the person who straight up called Geistview a liar by saying his pictures are false. Les Moore, I'm going to ask you again to back up your words. Please tell us why these gorgeous images. I'll put up the...
And Geistview's already in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Geistview's there as well. Every single one of these pictures was taken personally by Geistview with this equipment. Here's the computer tracking software that he uses to look at the points in the sky. And he personally took all these amazing, gorgeous photos. And you straight up said, no, they're false. He's lying. So back up your words, Les. Back up your words. Why are they false?
I can't believe you took an eraser and cut out all of the NASA facilities and everything in that one shot. You know, why would you do that, Fight?
Well, I didn't want it to get that out. That's for internal comms, man. Shut your mouth, yeah?
I mean, come on. Neil deGrasse Tyson was there. We should be showing that off.
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson banned from NASA for saying the pear-shaped thing.
Oh, fuck, that's right. I mean, that's true, isn't it, though?
If I ever speak to Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm like, you realize how much fucking shit you caused me by saying that pear-shaped thing?
Or the flat thing. That shit is flat. It's like Rick will have that on repeat.
Guys, if you switch it to live chat instead of top chat, he should show up. Unless he has you blocked.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he has blocked you because you can refute his claims. Another €5 from Darth Killer. The Meat Tube with Beaver's carnivorous cinematic intro. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, yeah.
But he's only said one comment so far, and I'm not expecting him to say anything or back anything up beyond that.
Lucian Andres, I did say this earlier. I've removed most people's mods because I'm getting everybody to reapply via my Discord. There's going to be a list of things that we are looking for in the mods. Me and the people that help run the Discord will be choosing probably between 25 and 30 mods to help run the channel. It's nothing personal to anybody. I had too many mods and I needed to be able to manage that a bit better. So Marvel Girl, if you wouldn't mind posting the link to the mod application page on my Discord. Anyone who wants to apply to be a mod, feel free to do so. £199 from Fred. The universe is amazing. Yes, it fucking is. Absolutely amazing. I think this is my personal favourite. Is that the Crab Nebula? I think that's the Crab Nebula.
Are you asking me or guys to you?
Anyone. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I don't know.
Guys, Steve, you can tell us what that one particular is. I think that's the Crab Nebula, but I could be wrong. But that's one of my favourites, and I would genuinely...
That's actually the one that's the one I wanted to. I'd pay for that thing.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous.
I will pay. Guys, I'm telling you now, I am going to pay you to give me a high-res version of that so I can get it hung up, because it's just... I could look at that forever and just wonder at the amazingness of the universe.
Well, what I think is most beautiful about it is that we actually know who took the photos. So, like, it isn't, that isn't Photoshop. That isn't all that other garbage.
That's the Orion Nebula.
Letmore finally replied. Said the clarity is digitally enhanced, which I wish he would have spoken on Geistview. Nothing against him. I was looking for more info. No, you flat out false, and he was lying. You weren't looking for more info. You already made up your mind.
Yeah, I remember it was that they were fake. They were false images.
They're not digitally enhanced, right? Look, this is his equipment, right? That red bit on the bottom, that's the camera that's attached to it. And it's just a camera on that telescope. And the bit on the top is the tracking telescope so that he can see where he's looking. And then this is the computer on the laptop on the left is what he has for tracking. And where those crosshairs meet, that's what he's looking at. There's nothing digitally enhanced about that at all. It is...
but they don't understand...
No.
I don't think they understand exposure time.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that they get that.
Yeah, it's not just that he took one snap and there's the picture. I think he said he had to take like 10 pictures at like 600 seconds ago to be able to get that.
Just for clarity's sake, what he might be referring to as digitally enhancing is stacking, which is not digitally enhancing. It's just removing things that are inconsistent between each of the pictures to get a higher focus picture. It doesn't add things. It actually takes things away, because of random light noise. It doesn't digitally enhance anything. It's just removing noise. And it takes, I think I said that he took 10 different exposures and stacked them.
Like Geistview says there, it's called stacking. The program drops the fuzzy images. So no, it's just the light that it's receiving. And
just to be clear, this is not stitching images together. This is not compositing. This is stacking. It is something completely different.
Yeah. Whereas when I had Howard on, who we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about Howard, this is an image that Howard gave me, and the 3 dots at the bottom there, the circles, that's what he says stars look like up close. Let's just compare, shall we, guys?
That's the P900 zoom in of a star.
There's stars, and there's P900 stars. See, the thing about a P900 is it's actually a shite camera, and it's not designed for looking at the stars. $12 from Metallica, Alabama. Brilliant name. Guys, what is the greatest thing you have all witnessed in the night sky in each of your lifetimes? Mine was Hal Bop in the mid-1990s. But Simon Dan said that was Halley's Comet. I'd agree with you. I remember very, very well seeing Hal Bop. And how long was it visible for? I remember it being like 3, 4, 5 months.
It was a long time. I remember I took the screen out of my window because it was right out the window of my bedroom, and the screen was of course causing a bit of blur to it while I laid in bed. I could see it right through it, but so I went over, and it was winter anyways, and I remember popping the screen out and just putting it on the floor so that every night when I laid in bed I could look out the window and see Hale Bop out my window. It was actually really, I've got a blown up picture of it. I'm looking for it right now. There it is right there. I've got one of those, they take the image, take them with a nice camera, and they put it on like a styrofoam or like a board, like a Bristol.
What's the deal with Hal Bop? Was Hal Bop just a flyby? It's not orbiting the solar system, is it? It was just passing through, right?
It was shooting. No. It's in here. It's just that it has a return time of like 7 or 30,000 years or something. So like, whereas Halley's comes back every 75 years, Hale Bop's going to be back when there's like humans are like extinct or something.
No, Lesmore, you have not been censored, not in the slightest. Your chat is there. Don't start crying like rubbish that isn't true. No, none of the mods that I do have time out Lesmore. He's quite clear to say his stupid shit as much as he wants, because Geistview's there to just refute anything he says. Whereas Wally says, don't rubbish the P900, focus it, and exactly. It is great.
Geistview's in the Geistview's in the fucking chat. He's well capable of defending himself on those pictures since he's the one that took them, So
Stephen Cook,
let Lesmore say what he needs to say.
No, you don't need to be a patron to chat in the Discord. I think there is a patron-only channel, which I'm going to be using a lot more soon. But no, anyone can talk in the Discord. You might need to be given a role. Check with Marvel Girl, because Marvel Girl actually runs that Discord. It's my Discord, but it is ran by people that help me, and Marvel Girl and they and them in particular are the ones that look after the Discord for me. So a massive thanks to them for that, because I am trying to be in there more often. But yeah, let's talk about Howard, because one thing Howard was saying was that he would give 10,000 euros to anybody that could prove curvature at sea level. And I didn't know at the time, but it was done. It was absolutely done. Somebody who sent me an email and said that he met up with Howard even. All right, so let me get the actual email up one sec. Copy link. So, web browser, in there. So he even created this web page to go along with it. Oh, it's not showing up properly in vMix. I'll just put it on here. Right, screen desktop capture. Right. So Howard asked for proof that curvature at sea level. So here's the proof that you're going to have to admit. On the 5th of June 2018, I went and took pictures from the pier at Faro Grau, Granada, towards the point at Denier, point A to point B, distance somewhere between 34.5 and 36 kilometers. And this is showing where it was, a bit further up. I took 2 shots, points about 40 meters apart laterally. One, a small staircase leading down to the water, about 1 meter from water level. And 2, about 8 meters above water level, top of the stairs next to the small lighthouse. He goes in to explain what you should see if the Earth is round and what is flat. And here's what he got from 1 meter and from 8 meters. Now, he cropped those intentionally to show that it's the same picture, but here's the full images, right? The one on the left is the one from 8 meters above water, and the one on the right from 1 meter above sea level, right? Clearly showing that part of that mountain, that cliffside, sorry, is being obstructed by the water, which wasn't the case when he was only 7 meters higher. He even calculated it in pixels based on what he did to show that it was what he was saying. And for me, that is exactly what he was asking. However, Howard straight up refused this as evidence. And Howard showed me this picture, saying that...
Because of shit on the
this was a picture that was taken a lot closer to the cliffside, and his issue was that you couldn't see the lighthouse on top of it. Now, why would that be?
Because it's from a different angle.
Exactly, because you're fucking closer. But he's straight up saying that this isn't the same mountain, the same cliffside, right? But if you can see just below the bit where it says 80 meters there, the bit that's jutting out, in the images that the guy took, you can see it there at the bottom from 8 meters above sea level at 35 kilometers away. So this was exactly what Howard said, but Howard basically accused the guy of straight up lying, manipulating, altering the images, and then they agreed to meet up so that they could do the observations together. Howard said, fine, come and I will pay your costs, right? So they meet up. Howard then refused to pay the travel costs, instead saying he would take him out for tapas and a beer. And then when they said, right, well, let's go and do the observations, Howard said no because it's raining.
Where was that at?
This was the pier at Faro Grau, Granada.
That guy Howard was an absolute fraud anyway. I mean, I asked him several very easy questions, just getting a gauge of what his what his knowledge base was in certain topics, including refraction, including quantum mechanics, things he brought up, not me. He brought them up. I just asked clarifying questions, and he didn't even know what a refractive index was.
No, he didn't. But
he is prepared to present photographic evidence without knowing what a refractive index is. He's the biggest fraud. He's a fraud. I'm not going to say he's the biggest fraud, but he's a fucking fraud. Yeah. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just lying out of his ass. And now he owes that dude money. Pay the man his money, goddammit.
So this is
10,000 euros, pay that shit.
Absolute 100% evidence that there's curvature, even at sea level, that can be seen. But it just harks back to hashtag pay Wolfie, right?
Again, what's the name of it? I was trying to type it and you scrolled down to I saw it.
There we go. Faro Grau, Granada. And point B at Denia, specifically Cap de Sante Antonio. I'm terrible at speaking Spanish, so sorry if anyone in the chat.
Go ahead and just spell it out for me.
FAROGRAUGANDIA.
Got it. Okay, let's search for that. I'm going to see where these lighthouses are located on that cliffside, because I'm willing to bet they're on the other side of the little peninsula thing.
Yeah. So I've come up with, I was looking on Google Earth at somewhere where I could kind of get this observation, and Miles Davis's shots of the Forth Rail Bridge and that came to mind. Now, where's the picture that I had earlier? Let me just add that.
Interesting.
Oh, I've lost it. All right, well, there's a point in Scotland looking towards these bridges, and this is, I'll bring up Google Earth actually, that's a better way to show it. Let's go into Scotland near where I live. So right here is the bridges that Miles Davis took the pictures of, right? Now, this is called the Firth of Forth, this river leading out to the sea here. Now, I reckon that if I was to go to Rosyth Dockyard, which was where I was first on HMS Westminster when I came to Scotland, and take some images of the bridges, and then if I was to then go to this power station up here and take same images of the bridges, that I could show a similar thing, right? Maybe not as pronounced as what the guy got, but taking an image between there and there of the bridges, if I took it here, I'd be able to see all the supports and everything. But I reckon if I took it here, parts of that would be hidden. So I'm going to try and get permission to get into the dockyard and to get into this power station, so that I can take an image from possibly this pier out here, and then from somewhere in Rosyth Dockyard, which currently has HMS Prince of Wales docked right here. And I would, if I do that, then I think Howard would also owe me $10,000. And I encourage everybody that has the ability to take some photos at different lengths to send them to Howard, because I'm fed up of these fucking flat earthers coming up with challenges and then just going, nah, I'm not paying you because of reasons. There's got to be some way we can sue these people for, not following through on something, right? No?
I mean, if you get into a contract, or if there's laws around, there's laws to support that, but I mean, it just seems like all these flat earthers, they set their experiment or their requirements up so that you'll never win. Like having Eric Dubé be a judge as to whether your evidence is valid or not. You have to convince somebody who doesn't believe in you or doesn't believe that the earth is round and already blindly and rejects evidence to accept your evidence, so that you, his friend, can have to pay some other person $10,000 or however much that one was for. I don't know how much the Eric Dubé one was, but now he said that this was not the Eric Dubé challenge, right?
Yeah, no, he said it's something different.
One where Eric Dubé was. Okay, yeah. So I definitely want to delineate between the two. I'm talking about Eric Dubé here. So and just like the one where the guy lost in court, well, the court didn't say that the Earth was flat. It just said that the evidence that was provided was sufficient enough to meet the criteria for, successfully completing the challenge. That's all that was said. There was a disagreement. One guy said, yes, I met it. The other guy said, no, you didn't. They went to court. The court said, no, you didn't. That's it.
And to be fair, the evidence that was presented...
the Earth's flat.
Yeah. The evidence that was presented didn't meet the criteria. And, I don't think anyone can dispute that, but it doesn't mean the Earth is flat. It just meant that the evidence that was presented didn't meet that flat earther's particular criteria. But yeah, I'm going to look into getting that done. Yeah?
Back to that guy's pictures. Does he show where his second location was that was closer?
So
I've got the line plotted out for his first location. And there's something really, really interesting about the cliff faces between his location and the lighthouses.
So he took images from here and here. But this, I think Howard or maybe someone else took the bottom one. It wasn't the guy that did the challenge that took this bottom one, but it was just someone else getting an image of those.
What I'm trying to point out is those hills that are to the right of that flat part are considerably higher than the lighthouse and the radio towers that you can't see from the angle of his picture. But if you go a little bit closer, which you have to go along the coastline to do so, the line crosses those mountains.
Right. So it kind of confirms it.
Yeah, it's just the lighthouses are literally behind those hills.
So in this image, the He's kind of looking at the second one. Yeah, the hills here would be, they'd be looking at it from underneath.
They're farther to the right.
Probably around here, yeah.
There's hills farther to the right, but the only way to get to that closer view is to follow the coastline that puts those hills directly in the line of sight.
Right. Yeah. I mean, anyone can go and check this out for themselves, but no, Howard straight up said, no, you're lying, you're a deceiver, just like NASA, oh, for fuck's sake. So, yeah, once again, Flat Earther welching on their words. Talking about Flat Earthers that are penis faces, Try Thinking is in the chat, and that is actually a nice segue into one of the other things I would like to talk about tonight, Flat Earth and children. I will straight up say this, that teaching children Flat Earth is psychological child abuse and should not be fucking done under any circumstances. It is warping their mind. And the reason I say that is because to believe the Earth is flat, you have to believe that everybody is lying to you. Everybody. And to instill that kind of mistrust in a child is going to affect the way that they live the rest of their lives. It will get them ostracized from society. It will lose them friends. It will warp their thinking. It will just literally destroy their mind. Try Thinking teaches his child that the Earth is flat, although he tries to put it off as saying, I'm just teaching him that level is a straight line on horizontal, or whatever he says. That's because he doesn't understand what non-Euclidean geometry is. But Daniel Pratt has been releasing some videos recently. Have you seen them, team, where he is actually getting his kids to help him with experiments?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's fundamentally wrong. Well, I think if a parent teaches their children that the scientific consensus is because of a belief system, then I think that is child abuse in a mild form, very mild form. Because you're right, it's only going to lead to the child having issues moving forward, whether they be educational issues,
a soon-to-be college grad, and a Grammarly.
So I do think, and I don't think that they're really in a position to make that decision to be put in those positions on their own as children. So, but I don't think that teaching an alternative model is wrong as long as you're teaching the currently accepted model as well. So if you're putting your children in a position to still be successful, then teach them whatever you want, but they're not going to be successful if you teach them the globe Earth model is completely wrong, that the Earth's not a globe, that it's not moving, we're not moving through space, we're stationary. All that stuff, you teach them that, yeah, absolutely. If you say, hey, look, the Earth is a globe, this is what they teach you in school. You need to know this. The Earth is a globe, it's moving through space, gravity's a thing, but I want you to also see this other cosmology out there that explains or tries to explain the Earth. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think there's things wrong with trying to get them to be globe deniers. That, in my opinion, is a mild form of child abuse.
So what Daniel Pratt is doing here, he's using the old argument of if a helicopter was to hover above Earth, then the Earth would rotate underneath it. And he tries to demonstrate this by getting one of his kids to pull this trolley whilst the other one controls this drone, right? Let's just watch a bit of it.
And we're going to prove it now.
Now, hey, before we get started with that, I want to, everybody on the panel, I don't want y'all to give the answer away to this. Let's show the experiment first, then let's ask the audience what's wrong with the experiment. Let's see out there, let's have some more interaction with the audience. Let's see if we can tell what's wrong with this picture. Go ahead.
Just walk nice and slow straight ahead when he says he's ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Keep going, Pierce. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like that wasn't
Here's
enough.
the drone.
Walk into the street.
Why isn't it following the Earth?
Hey, looky. Keep going. Keep going. Bam.
Okay, go ahead and land
I
it,
needed
Jeff.
him to walk all the way out to the
We'll
street.
do it again, because science isn't a one-take deal.
Yeah, let's have your child walk into the fucking street again, dumbass.
I was practicing my landing the other day.
He's wearing socks and sandals. Daniel Pratt's wearing socks and fucking sandals.
They will also say...
He's a fucking idiot.
Go ahead and get it in position, Pierce. They'll also say, oh, that isn't the same This helicopter is under the gravity onto the ground. It's no different than a helicopter on the equator.
His toes are so used to being so close to that water heater, even
move the ball upright. The helicopter is always
impressed he managed to get outside.
The ball, just like this drone is. So gravity is affecting
Wouldn't it be so awesome if you heard change?
And they cannot prove with science their rotating atmosphere, especially with winds that go every different direction. And I just showed you, we'll show you again, the helicopter does not fall with follow.
I mean, so at this point he's outright pushing it on his kids.
Linear,
you know?
or angular. It just goes straight up, and the Earth keeps moving away from it.
As long as they're still learning the proper scientific consensus, which in this case I don't think they are, but as long as they're still learning the contemporary scientific consensus, that's all that really matters. Oh look, that drone kind of tilted. Why did it rock like that? It's almost as if it wanted to keep going forward.
Yeah, right. So guys in the chat, what do you think is wrong about Daniel Pratt's demonstration here? So what he's trying to demonstrate is that the Earth and the atmosphere wouldn't take the helicopter with it. So why is he wrong?
Right. We'll give the audience a second to answer. Yeah. Let me ask Sean. Sean, don't answer, but you know what's wrong, don't you?
Oh, there's many things wrong with his experiment.
Yeah.
I'd love to go through them one by one, but I'll give the audience a chance real quick. I'll just give a hint. One of them involves 3 letters.
Well, how about this? Let's ask Brainy. Brainy, do you know what's wrong with his experiment?
I do. I believe I've done this exact thing in a video. So, yep. I believe I do.
All right. Well, let's see what
the
audience says.
So Darth Killer says conservation of momentum doesn't last that long. The kid keeps going. Conservation of momentum is a massive part of it. Absolutely right. James Eden, we don't have 1,000-mile-an-hour winds. No, we don't. The equator has a linear velocity of 1,000 miles an hour, but that is
the answer.
Yeah.
But what about when I turn around? I don't get 1,000-mile-an-hour wind in my face.
Village Idiot Control says atmosphere, lack of.
Charles Starbuck, correct.
Several people have got it right.
Yeah. Les Moore says, why present a video of people who can't defend themselves scientifically? No flat earther can defend themselves scientifically. And if Daniel Pratt wants to come and chat to us, me and team have both reached out to him and give him ample opportunities to come and talk to us. But he said he wouldn't debate me because I'm a cross-eyed mongoloid.
And somebody's got it absolutely wrong already. Mike G, I'm going to tell you right now, absolutely 100% incorrect.
What was the answer that he gave?
He says, first, that's not a stabilized drone. That was a full manual flight. I've actually looked up this drone. It's got one operating mode, GPS.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that. I was assuming all monitors were turned off. Of course, I didn't see any foil wrapped around.
No,
so
this is an absolute Walmart brand toy drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one of those too, where all you do is it doesn't have any sensors. It's just you're in control.
Okay,
no, it has a gyro for.
It's got a 6-axis gyro and it's got a GPS sensor. That's it. It doesn't have the flight modes for ATTI, which is attitude controlled mode. It doesn't have the optical control mode. It doesn't have the camera for that. It's got one navigation sensor, GPS. Once that thing lifted off of the little wagon, it was literally trying to lock back onto a stationary GPS location. That drone cannot be used for that experience.
It's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, well, what's wrong is that he's fucking Pratt and he's bred.
Yeah.
Les Moore says, why are you calling this an experiment, not a demonstration? Well, that's what Daniel Pratt called it. So...
Yeah, so something he said, oh man, about Sean Hawkins. I kind of want to bring this up right now. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me one, pull up a video. I'm going to play something, and then we're all going to reminisce, okay? Because most of you out there have been around with me for a while now, and you know how many times Daniel Pratt posted a video, 30 videos about me. 30 videos, guys. I'm not exaggerating. He posted 30 videos of me in one day, in 24 hours, and he slept. There was like an 8 to 10 hour hibernation period that the Yeti had to sleep during, where he didn't post. I'm surprised he wasn't with his eyes closed going like this, just posting. But here, we're going to play this video where he talks about Sean Hawkins, okay?
Oh, which one of the hundreds of those have you done?
Again, guys in the chat, Lucia and Andreas, the mod thing, it's not personal, honestly, and I'm not punishing anybody. It's not like any of my mods did anything wrong. I'm not, it's not like someone did something bad, so you're all getting punished. It's literally because I need to manage my mods better. I need to know who are my mods, and I need to have a limited amount of mods. It's literally not about anyone in particular. So please do not take this personally. Try Thinking says, how's my GPPS video coming on? I'm still waiting to hear from 5 Council about using a block of flats for doing my own pendulum experiment. But in the meantime, you can go and look at your own ones, Try Thinking. How about doing your own things? And stop harming your child's mind, you penis. Tell me when you're ready, team, and I'll put you full screen.
Yeah, and I'm getting the, you can go ahead and put me full screen, but I'm getting the audio so they can hear it. Give me 1 second, guys.
I'm just going to mod Geistview for a minute, because he needs to post a link for a mod, for a drone. While you're doing that, I'm just going to quickly read off some super chats, if you don't mind, team.
Yeah, go ahead, I'll get it ready.
Okay, $2 Australian from Bombay. Any chance of debating Eddie Bravo on FE? If Eddie Bravo wants to debate, absolutely. $5 from translator Carminium. The actual Dumb Fuck of the Year trophy could be a statue of a discount garden gnome. Yes, I did worry that Kyle, after the losing the court case, that he would delete the non-secretary channel. So I've downloaded all of my old debates off of there because I don't want them to disappear. And if the channel was going to go, I was going to re-upload them on my channel, but I was going to use After Effects to replace Kyle with a garden gnome. $199 from Cheshire Cat. Beaver plus meat tube equals ooh. €5 from Darth Killer. The meat tube with Beaver's carnivorous cinematic intro. Oh, we've done that one. £1.99 from Fred. The universe is amazing. £5 from Andy. And I'm sorry if I ruined your name here. Gudelasis. I can stream live from my OBSY if the sky is clear when you stream one evening. That would be awesome. Please email me. €5 from Darth Killer. Sounds like one of many repeats of what Wallace endured. Another €5 from Darth Killer. You can sue them only if a contract binds them to pay you by law, and even then they drag their feet. That's what happened to Wallace. Yeah. $5 Australian from Bombay. Question for the panel. When we manage to colonize the moon Mars, should we move or send the Flerfs, young Earth creationists, anti-vaxxers? Thing is, if we sent people as stupid as that to Mars, within 100 years, there would be a flat Mars society that denied that we ever came from Earth. €2 from Raven Zero. Guys, can I send you pics and video of my Mavic 2? Please email them to fighttheflatearth@gmail.com. And €50 from Darth Killer. Thank you very much. Simon Dan found a few months ago a flat earther, both honest and math literate, that was calling out peers that the spinning wet ball argument was weak after all. That flat earther still didn't get confirmation and momentum, but one step at a time. Yeah, baby steps. Yeah, if you're ready, team.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me get this going. Y'all don't have to mute. You fixed all that, so.
Yeah.
Just talk to make sure you're not hearing yourself.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so here he is right here.
Seem to do with my children every day. He's obsessed with my children for some reason. Maybe he's a pedo stalker, who knows.
Yeah, see, comments like that. He the other day, what I find fucking hilarious, Daniel Pratt, is you made a video asking people, you criticize people, okay? You've criticized me, you've criticized Fight the Flat Earth, you've criticized all these other people about getting donations from our crowd, okay, from our chat. We don't, like, just sit here and ask every day, hey, guys, can you be sure to tip me? Can you be sure to put money in my account? Thanks a lot. You know, we do bring it up because it is part of our show. It's part of what the brand we're building. But we don't go around just begging for money. He went into his garage and was like, this isn't a begging video, but as you can see, I don't have this piece of equipment and that piece of equipment because I've had to pawn all this shit in, right? So he's out there, and then he says things like this, where he's fucking calling people pedo stalkers, all right? Where he might say, oh, I didn't call him a pedo stalker. I said maybe he's a pedo stalker. Who knows? That's fucking the same thing, Daniel Pratt. That's why people don't fucking watch your show. It's why people don't want to fucking contribute to your life, okay? Or anything you do. It's why people like me sit back and laugh at you and laugh at the situation that you're in, knowing it's a fucked up situation for a human being to be in, but laughing because you consistently put yourself in that fucking position. Nobody can help you when you constantly can't help yourself. So fuck off, and here we go.
But anyways.
Piece of shit.
As my son demonstrated, siphons work through hydraulic pressure. Okay?
Oh, God.
That's why you have to suck on the hose when you
what
spit it out and it can
do?
burst.
What do you got to do, Danny?
To create the pressure. That pulls the fluid up through the hose.
Just wanted to hear him
and then when you spit it out and it continues to drain into, correct, monkey? That's in the science. We all know you won't. Just put the it won't.
Did I pull the wrong
when I
video?
is or my child
hold on.
at 9 years old to start learning
okay.
You know what I think
that was the wrong
really
video.
can't stand, Shauna, is an actual real family with a man and a woman and some children.
Motherfucker's bragging about having a fucking real family, but all his shit, he's begging for money because he had so he can get stuff out of pawn. You know, come on, get the fuck out of here. Hold on, I'm gonna find that right video.
Quick thank you to my new patron, Guy with Bearded Lizard. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. One of my new subs, and someone's been helping me out a lot, is actually helping me with a new Patreon graphic for my videos. So yeah, I will be shouting out every one of my patrons in every one of my videos. And I'll quickly add you to the list now whilst Team's getting that ready.
I'm the worst patron person ever. I don't give them enough love at all because I just try. I'm trying, people. I'm so sorry.
Well, one thing that I've started giving my patrons is the option
is
the option to choose what my Stupid Humans episodes are about, and that's working out quite well. The new one is going to be about chemtrails that me and MC Toon are doing together.
I'm just going to say I'm looking.
Guy with...
I looked up the word chemtrail on that list of demonetized words, and it's not demonetized, so feel free to put it in your title.
Yeah, but for some reason New Zealand was.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Planet Walk's screwed.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, but you know, New Zealand doesn't exist on most maps anyway, so they're just trying to seal the deal.
Yeah, I know, right?
Take it out of script, too. It's gone.
To get back to the drone things, though, there's two other flight modes that real good drones actually can use, which is attitude mode and optical mode. The Mavic Pro and Mavic Pro 2 can both use optical mode, which, in my opinion, is the worst of the flight modes because it's literally taking constant pictures of everything around it and making sure it's trying to stay in a stable position based on those pictures. Attitude mode is literally just going entirely on the gyros. It'll do its best to level itself off. It's the highest skill flying mode, which is why I don't ever use it, because I don't want to destroy my drone trying to learn how to fly in attitude mode. But yeah, even those kind of shoot the experiment in the foot because it's still doing constant self-corrections. The ATTI mode would probably be your best bet, Daniel, if you had a drone that can actually do it. Because it's not trying to maintain its position by anything other than its orientation. It's just saying, okay, I'm leaning this far over, so let me level myself back off. That would be your best bet, but your little toy doesn't do that. So your experiment with that toy is 100% useless.
Guys, you sent me a video on Twitter of a drone inside a train. And yeah, a normal person would say that destroys Daniel Pratt's argument. But then Daniel Pratt says something stupid like, well, the Earth isn't in a train, so it doesn't matter.
Actually, somebody did his experiment that he wants in ATTI mode, like I recommended. His name is Ken Heron, one of the best drone YouTube creators out there, because he's knowledgeable, informative, he teaches you stuff, and he has really good drone flights. But in the back of a boxcar truck, he decided to fly his Phantom 4 in ATTI mode. He took it off, and guess what it did while the truck was driving?
Carried with the
Did it fly to the back of the truck?
Disintegrated?
No. It hovered in the back of a moving van because it's an ADDI mode.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Because it maintained its inertia.
It was exposed, like it went into the wind.
Yeah.
No, it was a sealed box truck, but he took it off in an ADDI mode, and it still maintained the momentum with the truck while hovering.
Yeah, but for those of you who answered the question earlier with that the atmosphere is not moving with the wagon that he's pulling, that was the correct answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the atmosphere was moving with the thing, it would have just gone straight up and hovered right over it and stayed in its pocket of atmosphere that was moving.
Yeah, he's
Instead,
trying to...
relative to the wagon that he's pulling, the atmosphere is slamming against it in the opposite direction. So as soon as it lifts off, it's going to go backwards relative to the wagon that's pulling it.
Just to carry that on farther, Action Lab actually took his Mavic Pro and tried the different flight modes while having his little station wagon driving, flying the drone into the back of the station wagon and seeing how each of the flight control modes affected the flight. In GPS mode, it actually stayed with the car for a couple seconds and then slowly fell back out of it. In ADDI mode, it stayed hovering inside the car. In optical mode, it stayed hovering inside the car while the car was in motion and the drone flew into the car. Yeah. So yeah, again, Daniel, your little toy drone, which relies on GPS, will do shit for your test.
Yeah, the thing is, he's trying to disprove the thing that he's in whilst doing something inside the thing that he's in, which is so ass backwards.
It might not have been actually. It might have been the Backyard Scientist. I think it was Backyard Scientist.
No, I see Action Lab has one. If you fly a drone in a car, does it move with it? But
okay.
Yes, Lesmore.
Where they flew into the back of a car.
I know, Lesmore, that you're not impressed, but no one is impressed with you and calling Geistview a liar because you're a fucking idiot, basically.
You're still giving him attention? Why?
Just because he's
there,
so I guess.
Let me. Oh shit! Hold on, 1 second. Let me share this video. Right. Yeah, I shared it or I played it in a video of mine from back in the day. But the one with Daniel Pratt, in fact. Let me speed it up real quick. So he's turned off. He went in a garage to remove the satellite. Oh, I guess you guys can't hear it. So once he's inside, you see he lets go, and there is no sensors or anything on there. He flies it in. It just gets inside of a moving pocket of air, and that's what really dictates the aerodynamics of the drone is the atmosphere it's flying in, not the ground or the car around it. It's whatever the atmosphere is doing inside of it. If the car took off and left the atmosphere back for whatever reason, the drone would stay back in that atmosphere. It's just the way the drone works.
Absolutely. This is all just memories for me because this is when Dan Pratt had copyright struck you, and this is where my video that has a drone inside a van came from. I remember. It was like, what, last December, guys?
There's still a bunch of people complaining about not having spanners. Again, guys, I've removed like 99% of the spanners on my channel because I had far too many, and I'm asking people who would like to be mods to please apply via a page on my Discord channel. Marvel Girl, if you wouldn't mind posting the link to the application page. I'm going to try and limit it to between 25 and 30 mods altogether because it was very hard for me to manage what was going on with so many mods. So please, it's nothing personal to any of you. I love and appreciate everything that you've done and the fact that you continue to support me. I'm not punishing anyone. It's nothing that anyone's done in particular. It's just to help me manage my channel better. You see people in the chat with spanners like They and Them and Marvel Girl because they are people that have constantly helped me with my channel and my Discord, beyond just the normal being a mod. And they are the people that are helping me make this decision. So if you would like to apply, please speak to Marvel Girl, They and Them, or just go to my Discord and apply in there. €2. Sorry, I got it wrong totally. $2 from Earth is Seriously Flat. Mark Sargent, Controls of the Globe Zombie Animal. That wasn't English. Just saying. Thanks though, Earth is seriously flat. I appreciate it.
You see, I got the picture of Hale Bopp up here for everybody. That's a real picture that was taken with a, well, I assume a decent camera. I don't think that's a telescope picture at all. Maybe, but it is a real photo. And I took a picture of it with literally my camera, or like my phone, and then put it on my drive and brought it up. So,
yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I remember that very much. It's probably the biggest astronomical event that's ever happened in our lifetimes, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again.
It had that little blue streak on the top side of it too. Like there was two different colors. Like it was like a half and half. Like the tail was split into two different colors. It was really cool. Yeah,
absolutely. Wow. Well, I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover today. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because Mark Sargent's too bitch-made to turn up.
That's because you haven't given out your real name, Craig.
Yeah, because no one knows my real name's Craig.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah, Craig.
Maybe it's because JM Truth's confused everyone by calling me Greg. Give out your real name. Craig.
Greg. Oh, Greg. No, when he put Greg with two G's, I was gonna make a meme of like a kraken coming up, and I was gonna somehow get your face on it and be like the Greg. Because just the way he wrote it.
Yeah.
That's all I thought of.
But let's go back over what we've covered today. Mark Sargent threatening me in my recent video, saying that picking on his friend Paul in the plane, that's the bad thing to do. You wait to see what's going to happen. Oh, wait. So apparently Mark Sargent is going to do something about me doing a video on Paul the plane. Then we covered Anthony Riley's stupidity. Obviously, he is going strong for Dumb Fuck of the Year with his thesis and saying that you can't manipulate time, but you can manipulate the passage of time because they're separate fucking things. Oh my. That is actually one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. We covered Howard being a complete fraud and refusing to pay out when his challenge was absolutely met. And I encourage everybody to try and meet that challenge yourself so that we can all try and get Howard to pay us 10,000 euros. We've also covered Daniel Pratt psychologically abusing his children and forcing them to believe that the Earth is flat and saying it's real science. We've got dumbass Les Moore in the chat who says that Geistview is lying about his amazing pictures that he took. I'm just going to show those again for anyone who's come in recently. So Geistview, someone in the community, has this equipment, and with this equipment he has taken these images himself, and I just think they're beyond stunning. And if anyone wants to contact Geistview, he's in the chat, and he will be selling some of these images. But he'll also give you low-res versions for free if you'd like them as a screensaver or something. And he did this himself. It's his own images. This is his software and everything that he uses. And I just think it's absolutely incredible that he's done that. And yeah, I think that's about everything that we've covered today. So let's just go around and see what's happening. Team, what you got coming up, man?
Well, we have a live stream tomorrow. I reached out to a few people for upcoming weeks to talk about, bring them onto the show for us three to just have conversations with. I think the interactions with the audience, I think just we have such a great live chat out there that it's, you guys are half the show, by the way. You know, we sit here, we talk, we have a good time, but now I'm trying to find a better way for me to react with the audience, interact and react with the audience. So great job, guys. We'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. I put a post up, and all of you guys feel free to vote. I want to read the results out of this post. It's actually pretty freaking hilarious. I asked, because as you know, I'm trying to step away from Flat Earth as much as I can. I'll still be doing Flat Earth videos, but I'm going to save it for the real stupid. You know, there's real stupid out there, and then there's just repeating the stupid that you've heard previously. But, okay, so I asked, I was like, so I want to step out and start talking about special relativity and some science things, because there's people that are getting special relativity wrong. There's still people out there that are proclaiming there's an ether frame. These aren't flat earthers, so this community doesn't get a chance to really see those stupid claims. But last night I decided to see who out there thinks that Einstein is wrong. And there are so many people that think that Einstein's special relativity, relativity of simultaneity, twin paradox, they think all of that is wrong. And we have experimental evidence to prove that it is right. So I'm placing those topics. But it was funny, I put, which video do y'all want to see first? The twin paradox video, the relativity of simultaneity video? It doesn't matter because JM Truth is an idiot. Ding. Right? So the people voted 11% for the twin paradox video, 10% for the relativity of simultaneity video, and 80 fucking says doesn't matter because JM Truth is a fucking idiot. Yeah, well, 80% of you got it right. The other 20% didn't care about JM Truth, but 80% of you got it right. No, that so what we'll probably be doing is I found this guy that gets it really, really wrong, and he submitted papers too. So, but nobody in the physics community has taken his papers seriously, so I'm going to go ahead and debunk him. But I think I'm going to be doing relativity of simultaneity first, even though people voted a couple of votes more for the twin paradox, maybe 4 to 10 votes more for the twin paradox. But I think relativity of simultaneity will be a better topic to cover first, so that way when we cover the twin paradox video, you're like, okay, I remember you talking about this in your previous video. In the middle of those two videos, I'm going to be doing a JM Truth video. His gas pressure video that I've been holding for a long time. I actually have been holding that video to do because I want him to win Dumbfuck of the Year. So now that nominations are going around, I think it only fitting that me, Negative Exponents, and Rider of Dinosaurs put our measly pecan-sized brains together and start getting some of this material out that JM Truth wins. Because with your help in the chat, and I'm pointing at you in the chat, with your help, we can make JM Truth the Dumbfuck of the Year.
No,
Riley. That's my motto. That's going to be my campaign motto. But that's about it, guys. If y'all want to see anything else. Oh, another thing. I do want to ask the audience one question. How would y'all feel about me covering Thunderfoot's false DMCA claim against him? Because I can, and this is really more for just the chat. Because
the response was funny
I'm
for
sure
that.
It wouldn't really make a difference to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just me personally, I remember when I first got hit with that DMCA claim, and Thunderfoot's a big guy, he has a lot of subscribers. He's much more versed in science than I am. He has a huge support system. He deserves it. But when I was attacked by Daniel Pratt with the false DMCA strike, I kind of felt for a moment like it directly impacted my ability to do everything I wanted to do on YouTube. For no reason. I wasn't in the wrong, and neither is Thunderfoot. So I'd like to cover that. But at the same time, I don't want to make a video that you guys are going to find pointless or just not watch or whatever the case may be. So if you want to see that, please let me know, and I will make a fucking great idiot video covering Mai and Jay or whatever the fuck their name is.
Yeah, Mai and Jay, who do the worst reviews in the world.
Watch them try to fucking copyright strike me, and then we can lay down on them with the full force of Ding Force.
That would be
Ding
amazing.
Force all the way, So let me know if you guys want to see that.
Yeah, and of course, tomorrow we've got the stream. We're going to play some Flat Earth Bingo, aren't we?
Yeah. So we're gonna do Flat Earth Bingo tomorrow. I'll have a link that I'll put in the description for you to get your bingo cards, and we'll run through like maybe 3 videos. We'll do it on times 1.5 speed, so we don't have to sit around and listen to too much nonsense. But we'll knock off card slots and all that kind of fun stuff. A good time. Do I need to keep talking? Because I can. I'm basically like a walking, talking machine. Yeah, he muted himself. Fight the Flat Earth. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Oh, no? Okay, you're a fucking idiot. Ding.
So he killed all of
He's
us.
still going. He's still going. You're not
muted, bro.
Muted.
You can't even talk on your own channel.
Hey, look,
You're
he's
being
getting
censored
mad.
from your own channel.
Shutting you down, the man. This is like a.
Oh yeah, and Alto Eager says use videos you haven't seen yet. Then it's less of a waste of time for you. I'm assuming you mean for the live stream Flat Earth Bingo. But if that's the case, then what we'll do, we'll just pick some random videos. Maybe I'll let the audience or channel members vote on it or something along those lines. But I'll let them. I'll let you guys. Oh, VMix is crashed. So guess what, guys? We get to run his channel. We get to talk.
It's back.
And Colonel Greg can just listen. Fuck. I liked it better when you shut the fuck up.
I must have unplugged my mic by accident. Yeah, I was talking to Crow's Bones, who I'm thinking is Les Moore. He's saying, "Oh, you can try and hide me if you want. I'm just going to assassinate your character." I meant to time you out and not ban you. I've unbanned you in case you didn't notice. But yeah, you made a disgusting comment that you deserved a timeout for. And you can try and assassinate my character all you want because you're a little peon and no one's going to pay any attention to you, you little twat. All you do is claim that people are lying. What was that, Sean?
You keep paying attention to him, though.
Yeah, you're right. I should stop doing that. Brainy, what have you got coming up, bud?
Unmute. There we go. Well, I've got that PSA that I think you said you were going to get me a piece for, which I don't know if you've done it yet. Come on, fight. Come on, buddy.
I was looking after my daughter.
I'm just teasing you. It's okay. Creaky's still going to get me his piece, and I've got to start harassing Radical. All the biggest names that are going to be on the docket. So come on, guys. I'm just teasing. Yeah, so I got a PSA, like I said, I think just on Team SKeptic's, was it last night even? About not clicking, emails and certain things and just being careful what you're submitting. Obviously, we're kind of referencing Flat Earth Martin because he channel, so we're going to have a little bit of fun at his expense and maybe warn people that perhaps aren't aware that they shouldn't give out their password and all that information if they didn't already know, I guess. So there's that. And then, of course, all I was going to mention is there's this who is the beaver? I mean, I don't know what this is alluding to, but there's something that might occur around 3,000 subscribers that perhaps people have to keep an eye out for. That's all.
Yeah, so, looking forward to that.
Maybe do that.
What about you, Sean? So you working on anything?
Still working on the lyrics for my next parody, but I do have to offer a correction to the chat since they did call me out on it, and I actually had to do some more research on it. I had the little drone. It's the Cyma X5SW was what I should have been looking for, which does not have a GPS, but it does have a 6-axis gyro that's, I'm going to quote their manual, built-in 6-axis gyro for precise hovering in the sky, which means it self-levels itself. So, yeah, it still self-levels when you let go of the sticks, which will leave it to hover based on whatever it's in. So if you're in a moving car, it's going to remain moving. If you're on an open-aired wagon, since it's only a 106-ounce drone, or gram drone, I'm sorry, it's a very light one. But yeah, wind is very, very effective to it, so it's going to stick wherever the atmosphere is at.
Yeah. Well,
in fact, that is one of the big downsides of this drone is how easily affected by wind it is.
Yeah. And it's just sad that Daniel Pratt's
I would like
trying
to
do
add
that to his kids.
I would just like to add to what Brainy said, because he said they're going to poke a little fun at Martin. And that's okay. In my opinion, it's okay to poke a little fun at the situation because it's it's something we could all learn from. Don't fall victims to phishing, guys. You have to understand there are trolls out there. They will send, if your email is in your page, and a lot of you may not realize it, but I can go to your page and then go to your about section. You may never have posted a YouTube video in your life, and your email address will be there so I can contact you through email. So people can access your personal life by simply sending you something that looks very fucking official, but all it is getting your password. So just as a PSA, as Brainy was saying, don't do that stupid shit, because if you do, you're a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Good. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what you've done, like, to my brain now, team? I can't hear anyone say the word idiot without me having to turn around and go, ding!
Oh, by the way,
I was listening to your video. I was listening to your video last night while I was driving, and I'm trying to remember which one it was, but you called him a fucking idiot like 2 or 3 times, and I was just, every time you said it, I was like, damn, I missed the ding there. Missed the ding. Because now every time I listen to my own videos, I'm always like trying to, not listen to them after they're made, but listen to them while they're made. I'm listening for that idiot missing the ding so I don't miss any more of my dings. My dingers are the best, and they need to be. So,
yeah.
So now whenever I hear someone else say it, I'm always like, where's the ding? Where's the ding? Where's the ding? Where's the ding?
Nicholas Gran in the chat, the people that made my intro, very good friend of mine called Sam, he's in a band called Sleepwalker, and they made that specifically for me, like literally when I started my channel. So yeah, the link's in the description, you can check them out on Facebook. Sleepwalker, yeah, they're pretty awesome. I think for now I'm going to read some super chats and then we're going to get out of here for tonight. I've had a lot of fun talking about the stupid. It's nice to have a break from the debating. So where did we leave off? £2 from
big
Earth.
Time. I love this shit.
Yeah. £2 from Earth is seriously flat. Debate Mark. He is not afraid of globe zombies. Well, where the fuck is he then? Because I gave him an open invitation to come to this stream with a link. All he had to do was click it, but he didn't turn up. And you know he's not a real flat earther anyway, right? Come on, Earth is seriously flat. If you are a flat earther, then I'm afraid to tell you that Mark Sargent is not a flat earther. All right?
I'll just say, hey, gravity.
Yeah. Oh my God. $5 Australian from Christopher Hugan. I wanted to say sorry to Sean for not wishing him a good morning yesterday. I did not see he was there.
Oh my God. Don't worry about it, dude. I was poking fun at, Craig.
Which you're so good at. $5 Australian from John Rapp. Sorry, just came from the shills. This is for my rewatching entertainment fee. I'm expecting good stuff. Is it worth it? Yeah, we had a lot of fun tonight. A lot of pointing out some idiocy and hypocrisy in the flat earth. And €5 from
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing. Somebody had asked why I was being quiet tonight, and to be honest with you, why I was being quiet is because this show was fucking great. Fight the Flat Earth and Sean were giving insightful commentary that I simply felt like they covered everything really well. But it wasn't anything like, I wasn't down. Someone said, do you have something on your mind? Actually, no, I was just enjoying the show like you guys do from the chat. And sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes you can enter into a live stream with some great people, and what they're doing is so amazing that it's worth the time to sit back and appreciate it as well. So that's all that was going on tonight. Great show.
€5 from Okata. I'm still amazed the density of Flerfs hasn't turned the Earth into a black hole yet. I know, I do worry about when they have their conventions that some kind of warp in space-time is going to destroy the universe. But yeah.
Yeah, you got to worry about
it. Yeah. Guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Remember to come back tomorrow to Team's channel for some Flat Earth Bingo fun. And then my channel again on Monday, 10:30 p.m. UK time. GeoStriber will be debating JM Truth, although GeoStriber wants me to call it a discussion rather than a debate, which is fine. But that's going to be great fun because GeoStriber is one of the smartest people that I know, and I wish that I was even half as smart as that guy was. He's absolutely incredible. Plus, he's German and he knows how to hurt me if I don't say things like that. And then I'm going to have my next episode of Stupid Humans out hopefully on Thursday, which MC Toon is helping me on. And it's about chemtrails. Remember, if you have had your wrench removed, it is not because I don't like you. It's simply because I'm reorganizing the mods on the channel. I think I've got maybe 5 or 6 mods at the moment, which are probably all in the chat. And we will be choosing some new mods. If you want to be a mod on my channel, please feel free to apply for the position on my Discord. And we will be choosing between 25 and 30 mods to help out so that I can keep an eye on the channel a lot better. But apart from that, guys, it's been great fun. Thank you to everyone on the panel for coming. I really do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I absolutely love doing this stuff with you. And Remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth.
Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.